Welcome back! Another week of the Marketplace Mavericks, where three guys, over the hill guys, talk about selling on Amazon. And today, we're going to get technical with you. We're going to dive
And
into
no
it.
one better to get technical than John Cutler himself.
There is nobody better to get technical than a guy that just learned how to make a PDF about 6 months ago.
Yeah, you
So,
didn't even
like,
know what a PDF was, I don't think, John.
no. So, in fact, what was it? The first time we talked, Blake, was because I couldn't get my printer to
What was your
work.
printer situation? Yeah, I helped you connect your Rollo printer,
Yeah.
which was great. I mean, you were able to get your Rollo printer connected. But yeah, John was a little out on that. Wasn't sure how to get it working. So
Yeah.
today he knows how to power up his computer and a little bit more.
Yeah. A little
Yeah.
bit more. A little bit
Yeah.
more. I think it's just we're in an industry that and I suppose you can say AI is in it's in every industry now. But I think our industry, it is just so powerful. Um, and a lot of it is because if you've been selling on Amazon for any amount of time, or if you're thinking about selling on Amazon, we can all attest, and I think every Amazon seller can attest. Amazon's help is not help. They can't
What
help
do you
you.
call it, John?
You can call it Amazon support. You can call it whatever you want.
Or garbage?
Yeah, it's all the information is there. It's up to you to figure out how to navigate it. And it is not easy. And that's where ChatGPT comes into play. And um, it is a game changer for every aspect of Amazon. Uh, so I think today you have the, I think where AI is most important is ungating and downloading spreadsheets into it of your buy sheets and telling it to manipulate those, and it can plan your replens. And when you get ready to have a VA, which is the first time that I really discovered ChatGPT, because I had so much trouble learning how to use Slack properly, not how to use it and communicate, but to really how to set it up. Um, And that is where I realized, oh, this ChatGPT thing is super powerful and my business was made for it. And the less you know about computers, the more important ChatGPT is. I can't say that enough times over and over again. If you're like me, and you don't know computers well, and you haven't been in a field with computers, and ChatGPT is kind of like scary to you because it's AI, like, no, it's made for dummies.
It's your friend. It'll become your best friend.
Yeah, Veronica is my friend.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't
Uh
take that away from her.
no, she'll she won't let you. Um so yeah, it is just a little bit I'm in the process right now of trying to get ungated in the brand direct. All of my wholesale, all of my brand direct stuff, I have been doing Amazon long enough where 80 to 90% of the time that I click the ungate button, it just ungates me. So all of my wholesale stuff has been auto ungate. I haven't tried to get ungated in something in months. This brand, um, and I heard like it's not a big deal. Like you have a brand direct invoice, like everything's fine. So this brand did not auto ungate me. It ended up being a brand that agreed to do business with me. Um, a, for me, a fairly large order, over 1,000 items, and so I did the invoice. I got the invoice. I purchased the stuff, and let me tell you, when you purchase stuff on wholesale, there is no returning it. Um, it's gone, and I started getting rejected for the invoice. I'm still getting rejected today, a week later. But um, I have a brand direct invoice. I have pictures of the product. I have a letter of authorization. I have everything. So there's nothing else I can do. Amazon's AI is just kicking it for whatever reason. So there's nothing else that I can do to make the invoice look better, or I followed all the rules. Now the challenge is somehow going into support and getting the right person to look at it, because really at this point I just need a human being who has some sort of authority there to look at it. Because if you're still in OA, you might not understand, but a brand direct invoice along with a brand direct letter of authorization, there is nothing else. That is the strongest thing you can have to get approved. It's undeniable unless you're Amazon.
So, John,
So
John, I'm curious. After you've been with Amazon for a few months, I believe that they assign a Amazon rep to help you with your account. At least I know I've been assigned one.
yes,
Is
it's
that something you
garbage.
can actually reach out to
No,
and help you with your?
no, no, it's garbage. There's no point in talking to him. There's no point in giving him a chance. I talked to mine once. He has absolutely no authority to
Mhm.
do anything. There's no point in ever speaking to him. They send you a whole bunch of like, they call you a couple times, send you a bunch of emails. He does not email me anymore. They don't call me anymore. Um, because I remember when he first did call me, that was at the time in the beginning where I had like five different brands I was trying to ungate, the Nauticas and the Jockey and the Carters and all that stuff. So like Amazon called me, I got excited. I'm like, my rep. I'm like, yeah, man.
Yeah,
I
my
listen,
boy.
I need some help with this. I need some help with this. I need some help with this. And he's just like, mm-hmm. Did you submit it? I'm like, yeah, like 55 times. And he's like, oh, I can't help you with that. I mean, you can't help me with the most important part of Amazon. I was like, I have all the document. I can't help you with that. I asked him a couple other. I can't help you with those. What can you help me with?
Miles was not able to assist in that either, and so John had to go back to the drawing board, and that's where we even bring in ChatGPT tonight. Is John has literally uploaded his conversations that he's having as far as his ungating goes. He's taking those conversations and he's uploading it into ChatGPT and saying, "Spit me out a response." To help me get past this bot. So really, you're challenging a bot with ChatGPT, an Amazon bot with a ChatGPT guy. And so in that process, John's getting back these killer responses that's going to help escalate the um, the ticket on up the chain. And so that's what John's attempting to do. And he's using Chat GPT to generate those things for him. Pete, what have you experienced in the Chat GPT space? Maybe specifically with ungating, but where else have you experienced some use with Chat GPT?
Yeah, that's your point. Yeah, ungating has been really, I think ChatGPT, the majority of my use of ChatGPT has been through the ungating process and finding out exactly what I need to respond to ChatGPT about, or need to respond to Amazon about when it comes to the response we get back from them telling us that our submission has been declined. So one of the things that one of the things that John was mentioning prior to the call was he would take the response ChatGPT or Amazon gives to him as for the reason why they're declining him, and then just putting that response into ChatGPT and saying, give me a response to Amazon's response.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty creative idea, and I think that he's
I like
been
it because it's a
successful.
bot with a bot.
Right? He basically you're challenging bot versus bot, and I think he's been successful with it. So.
I'm still working on it, but if I didn't have ChatGPT, I wouldn't know these other departments to get into, the correct chat to get into.
Like an
They are,
escalation department or whatever you
yeah,
showed me.
yeah. There's some escalation department, and then it's already made an email like, "Hey, if this gets you turned down, now we're going to go to this department, and eventually it's going to work. I have the right stuff now. Is it stressful? Yeah, I'm sitting on a whole bunch of inventory, but with OA is a little different. you can't do all of that because technically you don't really have the correct paperwork. You know,
That's correct.
they're asking for an invoice, they're asking for all those things, and like it's just an untold, it's like an unsaid thing that like, yeah, but you can just get approved without that stuff for OA. Um, so I think for a lot of OA stuff, you wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing because you don't actually have an invoice. You don't actually have 100 units um, trying to get approved for. When you're just sending 10 in, but they're always going to approve you anyways. For me, I actually have those things with wholesale. I have an invoice. I bought 400 units of this one ASIN. So I actually check off all the boxes. So that's why I'm really pushing it. And eventually I'll get it. Maybe tomorrow morning I'll get it. I mean, it's going to feel good when I do get it. And it's a headache. It's easy to say like, hey, if it was easy, everyone would do it. And that's what you say to yourself right after you get approved.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, yeah.
you're like,
Well
oh,
said.
hey, it was just hard work. You just got to push. But when you're trying to get ungated, and every time you see that denial, that is not what you're thinking.
No,
You're
not at all.
you're swearing.
Yeah.
And you're like, I hate Amazon. Why do they do this? And you just
And
have
we even said, I think in one of our earlier podcasts, that alone, that one thing will weed out the majority of people.
it does. It weeds people out. People are just like, you can't do it. You can't do it. It's not for, I see stuff online all the time like Amazon's dead, always dead. They're, regating you on this, doing that. Yeah, it can be difficult. It can be frustrating. It's gotten a little harder. Uh, a lot of the stuff with the OA, that's part of the reason why I came to wholesale was so I don't have to deal with a lot of those things anymore. And out of my 12 brand direct orders that I have put in, this is the first time I'm dealing with it.
So the other ones, John, did it just
It just auto ungated me. I
because
haven't
you had the documentation, or you
no,
automatically
it just
ungated to begin
I
with?
was just automatically ungated. So there's no rhyme or reason because there'll be ASINs where you can see there's just two sellers and it's obviously private label. They're not, the when you see two sellers on a listing, it sells 2,000 units a month. There's two sellers and it is 25.99 every single day and the price doesn't fluctuate. Like those aren't brands I'm going after. I know that's a brand direct or a private label. Like there's no chance. But I have on those like ungated them and it just auto ungates you. And I'm like, so Amazon doesn't allow a brand to stop ungate because you would think it would be easy. Like you have a brand direct deal, say, with a brand. Just close it down. Don't allow anybody to apply. But that's not how it works. You can't do that. So
Interesting.
there is no rhyme or yeah, because you would think that would be the easiest way. Hey, I got all these people selling this product. I don't want it sold anymore. Just tell Amazon, shut it down. No. Because like these private labels I'm doing, it's auto ungating me. Even though I know I can't sell this. But
It's interesting that you said, John, because we had got ungated with Callaway. So it's a golf brand.
yep,
And about a month later, they regated us. And
yep.
it
It
just,
happens a lot.
I mean, it just sent me through the roof. So I reached out to Amazon and I said, we were ungated. We sent a bunch of product to the warehouse and it's sitting there now. Now we're not able to sell it because we've been regated. And it's like, what's going on? And their response to me was, it's not Amazon that regated you, it's Callaway that said that they don't want any more sellers selling their brand, which is kind of strange. Why
I
would you
don't
not
think
want
it's that
somebody?
I don't think it's that easy because people would do that left and right.
Yeah.
It's not that easy because people who sit there and complain, like, I don't know, they're like, I have all these Amazon sellers on there. I don't want them on there. Well, you can't just shut them off. I don't think it's that easy
Hmm.
to just shut them off. Um, certain brands, like big brands like Galloway, will come in and do a bunch of IP complaints, but there's no set at least not what I've found yet.
Yeah.
There's no rhyme or reason to it. From day one to day 120 or whatever it is. Like there's just it's so you really have to fight. You're fighting AI. So fight AI with AI. And that's the idea of it. That's the idea of the ChatGPT is, and I haven't done a lot of this, but anyone who's doing this, you have your buy sheets. You know, your buy sheets should have the Amazon link. It probably has an ASIN, the date you bought it, how many you bought, and you can download those into ChatGPT. You download, you know, a lot of your sales and your profit and loss, your P&L from Amazon. You download those into ChatGPT, and now that ChatGPT has that data, you just start having it filter. Hey, what should I be replanning? What ASINs are moving quickly? I have heard that if a lot of I know my VA puts the link to the website where it was bought in the Google Sheets. You can scan that and then have ChatGPT alert you when the sales come on for those things. So a lot of people are doing this in the other online group that I'm in, the Q4 talk is happening. And unfortunately, for all of our listeners, you won't hear a lot of Q4 talk with us because, well, we've never done it.
That's right.
But Q4 is real busy. And so there's a lot of prep for Q4. So these guys who are much higher OA, I think this is probably more for OA than it is for wholesale, but they're taking what they did last Q4 and they're downloading those Google Sheets into ChatGPT and setting up what they need to buy this Q4 through those. And it's just so powerful for things like that. Now that they were talking about it today on a call I was with. Again, I've never done Q4, so I don't really understand that part of it. But it is just so strong, and it's okay not to know it now. You know, we're all in our first 6 months, our first year, but it's stuff that you remember. Like to me, like downloading price lists and that, like I haven't done any of that with ChatGPT yet, but I'll do it next year. Once you have all that data from your first year, now you can improve on it. Like, hey, what should I be buying more of? You know, what was my, you can start to see, hey, how many things got returned? How many things are resold? So once you have that data, you put that into ChatGPT and you start having ChatGPT read it for you and analyze it. And the more you do it, the better it gets. Like now when I want to update my Slack and my systems of operation in my Slack, when I first started setting it up, it took it like 3 or 4 tries to get it looking in the way I wanted to. But now when I want to update something in my Slack, it does it first try because it knows how I like it. It knows how I want it listed out. It kind of knows what's already, it
So
knows
you
what's already in
manage
it,
your Slack setup through
all through
ChatGPT.
ChatGPT.
Is
My
that by it
everything,
giving you prompts to change
yeah,
things in Slack? Okay.
yeah.
So it's
It's
not
prompt.
physically doing it. You have to go into
Yeah,
Slack.
so it's going to prompt. I give it a prompt, and then it gives me this little box, copy and paste.
Okay.
So like it'll ask me, like it'll explain something to me and say like, hey, would you like this Slack ready? And I was like, yeah, do that Slack ready. In fact, most of what I ask it to do now when I'm talking to it at the end of a conversation, it'll ask me, like, hey, do you want me to create an SOP for this for Slack? So
Nice.
you can just keep on loading things into Slack. And it's just real easy, and they make it color coded and checked mark so you can check mark things off. I mean, it's just really powerful to set up your systems of operation, getting started with this, because a lot of the back end admin stuff, I don't know how to do. I don't even know all the stuff you need to do, but my VA does. And I was able to, like, after I built it out, I asked my VA, I said, like, hey, for your daily tasks, weekly tasks, what are we missing? He came up with like 1 or 2 small things that he checks, but he's like, for the most part, like, that's everything. So it was really close.
That's phenomenal. And
So
you got all
yeah,
that through ChatGPT.
yeah, I was able to set up my Slack for a job description for a job I don't know how to do. That's impressive. And I was 90% of the way there once my VA looked at it that Monday.
Wow.
And the couple of things that were missing were not game changers. So that's how powerful it is. That's what people really need to like understand is that you don't need to know how to do everything. It will fill in the blanks. You need to check it, you need to work with it, but the longer you work with it, the better it gets. And if you're not using it yet and you're an Amazon seller, Walmart seller, eBay seller, any sort of e-commerce, you are missing out.
Pete, is there any place that you could say that you have used Chat GPT specifically that you would say, yeah, hey, this has helped me, and here's what it did? Anything you input in there? Back in the day, people said the computer's only as smart as you. I think those days are gone now.
Yeah.
Because you ask a question and it spits out answers, and would you like it this way, would you like it that way, do you like my response, would you like it better this way or that way? But is there anything where you've used it, Pete, that you're like, hey, this is something I need to share with somebody? And maybe it's in the Amazon space. Obviously that's what we talk a lot about, but I'm even curious if there's something even more, because I know that's the space we're in. But is there other places that you guys have maybe used some of that?
Honestly, I can't think of another reason why I use ChatGPT other than the whole ungating process. Um, yeah, nothing really comes to mind, to be honest.
I I'm starting to use it for shopping.
Of course you are, John.
So I have like a little like I'll be perfectly honest. Maybe I should start this. I like gadgets. Um, I might have bought like one or two things off a TikTok shop in my life.
Okay, come on,
Back in
John.
the olden days, QVC got me a couple times.
Oh man, some
Like I
cute.
think I might have bought one of the first ninjas ever.
Oh my God.
Um, and I bought it because the blades are made from samurai swords. I didn't know if you guys knew that, but they are. The guy at 7 in the morning on the infomercial told me so. But yeah, I wanted to build out. I need to get like a desktop. I'm using a laptop and stuff now, and I messed around with it a little bit, and ChatGPT like built me out a desktop, like just like little stuff like that. Like it's convenient for like I still use Google for most of that stuff,
Yeah, there's some
but
too for me.
I mean you can do wild things. Another great thing, workouts. Like you want to build yourself a workout. I know like Pete and I have done a lot of CrossFit in the
I,
past.
I I guess you're just assuming I don't, John, with that comment.
I think you do. I just know that I Pete and I have had conversations that we
Yeah.
both done like Pete, it can write your entire CrossFit workout.
Well,
Like it is crazy. No, you do look it. Like it is so like stuff like personal trainers, like
yeah,
it is if I don't know what I want to do in the gym today, I'll say, hey, write me a kettlebell workout that's 20 minutes. I want it kind of a full body and I want it kind of heavy. Like perfect. And if I don't like it, I'm like, no, I don't like that one. Do it again. And like it does it. So like gym stuff, workout stuff, it's great for that. It's great for, I mean, I think it's probably great for most
it's
aspects.
literally anything that you can think of that you want to type in there. I'm actually pulling up mine now because I've used it all the time, and it's from filling out a like how can you create a PDF to fill it out electronically? How do I
Yeah.
need to set up a print server? And
Yep.
walk me through the steps, and I'm telling it exactly what's happening, what my errors are, and it's fitting everything. I
Yeah.
said like, how do I get with Aura or Repricer? Like how do I need to utilize hyperdrive in there? And so it spits out this whole thing and it says, do you want me to create you a formula or something that's auto takes when you're listening and auto puts hyperdrive on it, type thing. And so I actually took that prompt. I never did finish it out, but I took it and I sent it to Aura directly, and I asked them to do that, and they said they don't have that yet. So I'm curious if ChatGPT could write that.
Probably.
This was just yesterday, and I got their response today.
Yeah.
So I'm very curious if it would write one that Aura could actually
Yeah.
utilize.
Yeah.
Um,
I know with you, Pete, you're doing the web scraping. They connect Python to it and the
Right.
coding. I mean, that's a whole world that I haven't stepped into at all. But I mean, it is extremely powerful with coding, extremely powerful with very in-depth mathematical stuff. I mean, that's stuff that I'm probably never going to use. But if you're, but what it does, it fits all personalities and all different demographics. Um, I'd be using it as a calculator, maybe. What's 20 divided by 5? But you can go in and say a lot of things to it and it'll write code. I guess it's amazing with code. So it's just really powerful. And if you're doing Amazon, you have to utilize it.
And I bought the subscription. I know Pete, or I know John, you have. Pete, did you buy it as well?
I did, yeah.
Yeah,
I got the
$20 a month.
$20
It's
a month.
it's money well spent.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It's one of the, I would almost put it up there as like your keeper, your seller amp, your keeper, seller amp, Boxum, ChatGPT. Like
Yeah,
it should be in there in what your first day purchase, even before Boxum, before you
yeah.
buy anything. Like it should be in there your first day like it should be one of the top three.
Without a doubt.
Seller amp, Keepa, ChatGPT. That's the three you should start with. So yeah, I think we just kind of wanted to hop on with you guys today and talk a little bit about the ChatGPT. I think it can help you in any point of where you are with selling, but as a beginner, it is just
It's paramount that they
yeah,
use it.
especially, us three, we had the extra help of having Miles.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't have an online group or an online support or a guy that you can share that stuff with, I mean, ChatGPT, you should be taking screenshots of your Keepa charts and putting it into ChatGPT is really what you should be doing. So, yeah, I think that gives a little bit. Unfortunately, today we're gonna hopefully have Omar on. He's gonna be back next week. He got a little tied up tonight, but I think we're gonna get Omar back on, and we're gonna talk a little bit about what he's been up to, um, and how he's been doing. He's been crushing it with some online forums,
He's
and
doing OA, RA. That guy's just all over the
the
place.
man, the man is a mover and a shaker. So we're gonna talk to him next week, and we're gonna keep on going. What do you guys have left for today?
Well, I was just going to say, if anybody wants to reach out to us, they can always do that at marketplacemavericks@gmail.com, marketplacemavericks@gmail.com. Send us your questions, send us whatever you want. And man, we'd love to tackle whatever situation or something you might have. Not that we're all arrived, but we can also give you some input on our experiences as what we've had. So
Yeah, and if we don't know the answer, we'll just ask ChatGPT.
For sure. Yeah.
Pete, wrap it up
ChatGPT.
for us.
Yeah. Chappy. I mean, I think the moral of the story is don't be afraid of ChatGPT. It's only going to help you. And if you're very new to ChatGPT, just go get the free
What's up?
version. Get the free version. Hit
Yeah.
the microphone icon on the
That's the
where
key.
you type in what you want to ask it, and just start talking, and just see
Yeah.
how it responds. Even if like I said, even if it has nothing to do with Amazon, just ask it how to bake a cake. I don't care. Just start getting familiar with it because you're going to want to with this
Yeah.
business.
You're gonna feel how powerful it is. You know? So, all right. Well, guys, thank you for coming again. And until next time, guys, we are the Marketplace Mavericks, and we will be back next week.
Adios, amigos.
See you
Peace.
guys.